Good morning from Los Angeles. Welcome to Trading with Sergio, Wednesday edition. How's everyone doing? Pretty quiet day, pretty quiet couple of days actually in the markets. It's going to be a short one today unless somebody wants to join. Here's the link to join. All I'm asking you is you're in a quiet place with a good internet reception. And here it is. Here's the link of StreamYard. Hopefully we don't have any issues today. Good morning. Welcome to Trading with Sergio every Monday, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, and on Friday, Power Hour, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. I'll go through the positions. So far, pretty good week for the first week of the year. Took some profits yesterday, trying to take some more profits today. This market grinding higher is pretty typical, although we may have some volatility showing up on Friday. Supposedly, not the final decision, but there may be some hearings going on at the Supreme Court now that the justices are back from vacation regarding the tariffs. And we're going to find out what the decision is. They had the arguments already, and the questioning that the attorneys received for both sides were more, as far as I'm concerned, more leaning towards nullifying the the tariffs, more than nullifying it, finding it illegal. But things will change. As we know, the Supreme Court is skewed to the Republican side. And that's why I think presidency in this country is really important. One of the most important things that the president does is appoint Supreme Court judges for life until either they die or they quit or whatever. So it's important. It's an important decision. I think we may have actually another opening coming up, but we'll find out. So with that decision, I put debit spreads on the SPY, pretty wide, going out to February 16th. When I go to the position, I'll show them to you guys what I did, which ones I did. So far, so good. I can't complain. There was one little whipsaw I experienced yesterday, but then I'm going to stick to my rules going to 2026. I'm practically only I'm not, the crazy stocks are doing what they're doing. They're moving sharply, like especially the aerospace stocks, Rocket Lab, ASTS, Lunar. They've rallied 50%, 40%, but they had sold off 60%. So some of the stuff is rallying, some of the stuff is not. Mag 10 is pretty quiet. It's going sideways, really, although the market's definitely grinding higher. So, with what happened over the weekend, obviously in Venezuela, Maduro now being a captor, in New York City getting arraigned yesterday, that didn't really make that much of a difference. Actually, markets did push up. Maybe they're seeing something that's more important than just arrest of this dictator. So pretty quiet. I'm not sure. I don't think it's a big play, honestly. Initially, a lot of the refiners had massive moves. Today, it's continuing, like Valero, Phillips 66, Marathon Oil. We did something. I don't know what we did, but we'll go to that in a minute. I had some Affirm synthetics on. I had sold put credit spreads and bought call debit spreads with that money. It was done around 150 range. Sold some at 350, sold some at 360, 370, 380. I think I did some at 380 today, and that may be the last one. I had one left out of 10 lots, so that's that. And I have some buy orders. I'm treading lightly. Not, I don't want to get caught with what could happen on Friday. Although I did buy some SPY February 16th expiration, 695, 670, and 690, 665 put debit spreads. I bought 10 of them. We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen with those. It might be time for a little bit of a correction. So good morning to everyone. Let me go real quick and check out what I did. What did I do? What did I do? Let me see. Oh, not that one. This one. This one. What did I do? Did I buy anything? Ah, that was the affirm. Okay. Last bid done at 4, so we'll take it. Some buy orders sitting. Let me see where that buy order is at. 12. No, I don't want to buy it at 12. Trying to buy some ASST leaps. No, we don't want to do it at 12. But where do we want to do it? We want to do it at 11, and then I think our swim is acting up a little bit. Trying to buy 50 of those. Oh, let's go to 10. And then I'm trying to buy some 250s at 20 cents. I already have a massive position in it. You know what? While we're at it, let's go through the positions, and then I'll come back, answer some questions. What do we have? We have all right, so no firm closed the position altogether. I had, as you guys can see, it's a 4-legged transaction. They were going out to February. I put this on when the stock was about 76. Stock is 83. I had sold 72.5, 67.5 put credit spread and took the money and bought some 80, 92.5 call debit spread. Was done about a 150 debit on average. And the last one was just done at 4. So cool. Yeah, good trade. I mean, that's what is that? It's a double and a half-ish. Okay, so we can unhighlight that one. So I will post positions on the community page of the YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, full transparency. What I do is, this is not trading, financial, or investment advice. What I do is risky. So do your own due diligence before you decide to follow me or do anything else with it. On Strive, which is ASST, got as high as 114, selling off now down to 103 because I think Bitcoin is selling off. But these are leaps going out to January 2027. I have 450 of the 2.5 calls and 300 of the 5 calls. This is a lotto ticket. I'm trying to buy 50 more at 20 cents of the 2.5s and 50 more of the 5s at 10 cents. Next position, BMNU. This is a wild one. Cost base is 668. Stock is about 597, although it was as high as 720 yesterday. This thing moves 20, 30% because BMNR moves, because Ethereum moves. So I had short puts. I covered those with about 75% profit. And I have cover calls. This is the second round that I'm selling cover calls on. BMNU, I have 6, 7, and 8 cover calls covering the 3,500 shares. I may sell some puts shortly. I'm going to build a little bit more of a position on this, doing it that way as opposed to buying the stock itself. So if we end up at 6, 7, 8 are going to expire worthless. Last month I had sold 7, 9, and actually last month I had sold 8, 9, 10, 11s. Those expire worthless. So cost basis is going down. After this month, I think my cost basis will be 6. And then I'll sell another round of calls, 7, 8, 9s probably. They're pretty juicy, decent premiums. I started buying PLAB, Photronics. I'm up to 25 calls expiring February 16th, February 20th, regular expiration. About 25 so far. Those are the 35 calls, 35 strike. These are the put debit spreads I just bought. So I bought so I bought 5 each. I bought the 690, 665. So long 690, short 665, and 5 of the 695, 670. So 25 wide. Paid 6.5 for the 695, 670s, and paid 540 for the 690, 665s. Put debit spread, as you guys know. Hopefully, you guys know that by now. WVE, Wave Life Sciences, the last position. To be perfectly honest, I had 80 of them. I trimmed them down to 30, and I was also short the 22, January 22 calls. The long side was February 20s. I had 80 of them. Yesterday's stock opened up 4, up about 25%. They were sold. Decent profits. So far, so good this year. I can't complain. But, it's trading, man. Anything is possible. All I'm doing is this year, laser focused money management. That's about it. Money management and risk management. So as far as what else? I have my list of 52-week high list. You can also build this yourself very easily. It's up to 111 stocks, although there were some short candidates in there as well, because silver, I thought, was about the top. One day late, down big today. We'll see. I'll go long, I go short. I'm not married to any position. Let me go to the front to answer some questions if there is any. And then we'll go through some charts. Actually, we'll go through some of the 52-week high list. What stocks I'm looking at. Nobody. Okay, if you guys have any questions, please put them up. So Friday, I didn't buy the put debit spread because what's going to happen on Friday. But I think market's getting a little tired here. So my prediction for 2026 was 5,800 low, 7,400 high with a close of 72.50 on SPX. There's a video coming up with my prediction, and we'll see. We'll see where it ends up. Crypto seems like it's trying to buy. It's looking like a base. The more sideways it goes, the better it is for the upside, and the worse it's going to be for the downside if they decide to take another leg down. So that's why please be careful with these DATs, digital asset treasury companies. Big news, actually. Well, not that big of a news, but it's been getting sold off on strategy. MSCI index decided, okay, we're not going to kick the DATs out because it doesn't fit our bill. Well, MSTR got a little pop. I mean, that thing is in a downtrend of mother of all downtrends. So long-term port doing well. Long 4 stocks. I'm looking to add another one. Have room for another one. There are Google, Lululemon. Lululemon may have a big move, actually, if the tariffs are found illegal. But we'll see either way. Although it looks like it's kind of basing or bottoming. I'm profitable on all 4 at the moment. I was down on 2. Google, the big winner. Lululemon, my cost base is about 184. It's about 210. UPS, I bought a month ago, about 96. It's about 102. And Kava, my cost base is about 58. It was down to 48. Now we're up to 68. So I may sell some calls on Kava. I'm not sure. But in the long-term account, I just want to keep it for 1 year, 1 day to take advantage of long-term capital gains. Short-term account, trading account, I started with, ended the year with plus 31%. Disappointing, actually. was up as far as much as 80% a couple of months before the year end, and I should have sold, obviously. Like everyone else, I got into the dad fever, digital asset treasury company fever. Not a good idea. Anyway, so then I took out 60K, starting the year exactly with 80K. We'll see what we can do with it. Hopefully we can double it. We'll see. But then for the members, when I say members, there's 3 members I see here. The members, actually, we're going to do a live stream hopefully today at 5. So members get a Telegram chat group link where I post my trades live. They get my end-of-day positions, which I also post on the community page of the YouTube channel, but I do it only Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Members get it every day. And again, none of this is trading, financial investment advice. Do your own due diligence. The other thing members get is they get their own live stream every Wednesday, depending on my son's soccer schedule. Today, I think I can manage it, but I'll let you guys know. The members, if you want to become a member, please click join and send me an email. There was a new member that just joined, so if you're watching or watch it later, please send me an email, sergio@sergioavadian.com. I will send you the Telegram chat group link. So, Doug, good morning, Doug. Good morning, Mike, my neighbor, Manny P. Good morning. Yeah, crap cash up. Okay, well, yeah, silver I think is topping, so be careful with it. Yeah, it's been wild on silver, actually. I mean, all these gaps. Again, when the market gets this wild, overnight gaps by 3, 4, 5%, you need to be careful because those kind of actions don't happen at bottom. Well, they happen at bottoms and tops. They don't happen in the middle of a move. So, I actually put on my members chat yesterday on the 2x inverse ETF of SLV, which is ZSL. I said, it was a 4 going out to January next Friday. I said, let's do a covered strangle. So buy the ZSL at 4, sell the 4 calls, sell the 4 puts for 80, 85 cents. It's 20% return for 7 days. Didn't do it. I may still do it. I think it's a pretty good trade. 20% for 7 days is pretty good. So we'll see. We'll see what we're going to do with that. Now that we're out of a firm, I don't know. I'm just waiting for pullbacks on these things to buy. Where's the and I'm going to also post on the community page. The trading account does not change for me. So what I start with, I don't add any more once I start with it, and I don't take any money out until the end of the year. I took the money out this year to pay the taxes, obviously, because I hadn't taken money out last year, so I got to pay taxes. Uncle Sam got to pay their share, and that's why I was like quite disappointed actually, because once I paid the taxes out of the 31%, I mean, I beat the S&P 500 by a negligible amount, which is not good. So if you're doing short-term trading like I do on the trading account, not the investment side, you need to get 3, 4x because there's slippage, there's commissions, there's taxes. A lot of people go, oh, look, I made 80%. I'm like, yeah, but I'm in California, 40% of that with my income bracket goes to taxes. And then, if you're at the end net basis, if you're not 2x of the index or your benchmark of your chosen, choice, where are you? I mean, we know what's going on with the rest of it. I mean, without thought, you could be in an index fund and got 15% this year. Without doing any of this stuff, without trading, without stress, without whatever. I mean, obviously there is stress if the market sells off, but my point in all this is if you're trading short term, don't kid yourself. You need to pay taxes. You have bid and ask slippage, obviously, and you have commissions. So, because there's no commission-free trading. But My point in all this, C minus I give myself for the last 2 months of the year. I give myself a D minus, if not an F, for letting an 80% year go to 31. It's inexcusable, but even I do it, right? So I preached and I didn't practice what I preach, which is human nature. Even after 30 years, it happens to the best of us. But still, positive year. After taxes and commissions, probably 16%, maybe 18%, which is a couple of percent more than what the S&P 500 did. Big effing deal. And then you're dealing with stress. Maybe it's the adrenaline that you're looking for. I don't know. But yeah, so let's go through. If you have any questions, please put them up. Let's go to some charts. Charts. Chopsticks. Oh, that's silver. Yeah. BMNU selling off. I mean, look, I don't care. It's just, I do care, obviously. I don't want it to sell off. But look, it's going with Ethereum. That's all I can say, folks. Let's go to the big charts. If it ends here, calls expire worthless, cost basis goes down another 70 cents, 60 cents. If you're lowering cost basis to uncover calls on these things, I want to get called away. I honestly do. But that's 10%. If you're lowering cost basis 10% every month, where's your cost basis going to be at some point? So this is Ethereum iShares ETF. Well, what does that look like? Okay, so we had an existing downtrend, which is valid. I don't draw lines on my charts. And what happened? Okay, so that broke. We got the rally. We're literally tagged the 200 EMA yesterday. By the way, my charts are pretty clean. I have a 20, 50, 200 EMA on my charts. And I don't draw lines. So now we had a downtrend. We broke. We rallied to exactly tag the 200 EMA. And we're kind of going sideways. Now, I can draw this other line here, which just for show purposes, I probably could. And then show you guys how bearish this is. Bearish. Not bullish. Tom Lee can say whatever the heck he wants. It means nothing to me. I respect Tom Lee, but he has no idea what's going to happen. Market decides. And here's the other line. Okay, in our world of chopsticks, that's a descending wedge. And those do not do well when they do break. So I'm going to really get rid of this puppy. I'll keep the downtrend because there may be a chance of snapback to breakout. But we didn't rally enough for that, but we'll see. Snapback to breakout. But we're basing. We're not, we were making lower lows, lower highs, so we stopped doing that. Okay, well, when you stop doing that, let me change this to that. When you stop doing that, okay, this is a basing action, or this is continuation pattern of just like here, to make a lower low. So what's going to happen to BMNR, BMNU if Ethereum goes down to 2,000? Bad things are going to happen. MACD is still under zero. It's been under zero since October of last year. And I don't see anything to be bullish here about. I mean, in the best case, probably in the trading range, sideways between, I don't know, 2,300 and 3,000. If that happens, fine. That's why you keep selling calls, lower your cost basis. At some point, it's either going to break lower or break higher. We can't go sideways forever. So this is that. This is the IBIT, which is the iShares Bitcoin ETF. That didn't even rally to the 200 EMA. There was a downtrend. We broke the downtrend. Short term, the downtrend break is good because otherwise we should have rolled over and broke down already. So I'm looking at, and that Bitcoin didn't even rally to the 200 EMA. So it's under all the moving averages. When something is under 20 EMA, 50 EMA, 200 EMA, you're in a downtrend. Don't bullshit yourself. Don't lie about it. That's the technical part, the chopsticks part. Again, MACD under zero. It crossed the zero line in October last year. It's on its way up. It's kind of a bullish divergence here because we retested twice and then MACD didn't make a lower low. That's a positive. There are some positives. It's all negative. But if we're in a trading range, we're going to go retest 80,000 on Bitcoin and 2400 in Ethereum, and then BMNR is going to be where it's going to be. Same thing with, this is BMNR. I mean, dead man's EKG kind of, but then it's pretty wild because there's this big move here. So if I open this chart up a little bit, this is what BMNR is doing, right? And a lot of people go, BMNR to 80. I'm like, bro, it's not going to 80. It's still above 1 MNAV or teetering right at MNAV. This is the only debt, by the way, above 1 MNAV. I used to be in SPET, which bled me to, from 80% to 30% this year, was SharpLink Gaming. I mean, that's BMNR is down to 0.73. If BMNR could break 1 MNAV, which it will, because they all are, MSTR did, and then where? Then what? Then Ethereum actually can go sideways, and then BMNR still will go lower, and consequently BMNU will go lower. So, and this is MSTR, mother of all downtrends. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, talk about disaster. And a lot of people still go, log MSTR. I'm like, it's under 1 MNAV now. It used to be at 2.2. At 457, this was 2.2. Now we're at under 1 MNAV. And a lot of people go, yeah, but they own all that Bitcoin and their market capitalization under the Bitcoin value. Yeah, that's because MNAV is getting crushed. That's because the hedge funds are shorting MSTR and buying BTC. It's a great trade that they've been putting on, and it's still going on. I mean, if this is not a downtrend, you're kidding yourself. If you're buying it here, you're just guessing. You're like, okay, it's going to stop here. I'm like, well, why is it going to stop here? Have you guys looked at long-term chart of MSTR? Yeah, this is the long-term chart. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. Why couldn't it go to 100? Why couldn't it go to, I don't know, 50? If Bitcoin goes to 50,000, 60,000, this thing is going to be like 80, 70, 50, whatever. I mean, if this is the not downtrend, I don't know what it is. And then a lot of people, there is support here. Okay, fine. 100 actually is the best support. Well, 100 from here is another 60% or 40%. I mean, let's not kid ourselves here. For me, price takes precedence. I really don't care about anything else. So this is SPY. Yeah, I'll add to the put debit spreads if we keep rallying, or I will start selling some call credit spreads on SPY, which I will. Yeah, I mean, this is a grind higher. Could there be a correction? Maybe. I don't know. I didn't buy the puts to correct because I'm going long things. Balance the account a little bit for a hedge, to be honest with you. So I was long Affirm. That was a beautiful trade. We're at 83.20. Any pullback on Affirm is a buy down to 78 to 80 range. So we will, this time I will roll up the puts. I'll go to probably 75, 70 put credit spread going out to Feb, and then put on some 85, 95 call debit spreads. Let's call the synthetic. And looks good. Looks good to me. Here's a BMNU. 589, down 70 cents. There you go. Okay, well, we're about 660 after this month. If we end here, we'll be at 6. I'll just sell some 6, 7, 8 calls, or 7, 8, 9 calls. We'll see. Lower the cost basis some more. I'm not concerned really. What else? We looked at the other DATs. The other DAT that I really am interested in is SPAD at 0.75. Again, I am, but MNAV's getting crushed. Actually, they're staking their Ethereum, which is good. Yeah, I don't know. you know, all these things. And then a lot of course, fours on, which I'm long the, you know, hundreds of leaps. You know, it's a lot of ticket on ASST. Look at these things, right? And people go, oh, it's doing this, it's going down. Okay, whatever. What else am I watching? So the crazy stocks of the week were ASTS. Yeah, there you go. See what I mean? Down 10 points today. I mean, I can't trade these things. When a stock goes from 103 down to 50 in a month of trading, 50%. Then goes from 50 back to 100 in another 20 trading days. It's tough to trade these things. You just got to be so correct. Otherwise, you're just going to get whipsawed. Rocket Lab is actually acting better. Yeah, that's a 52-week high it just made. Lunar broke out. Still green today. So you can see where the money is going in these things, right? Because when the momentum goes, it goes. From the old names, a lot of people, IREN, and I'm like, okay, whatever. BE. Actually, BE looks nice, like a double bottom. EOSC. That looks all right. What else? I'll go through the 52-week high list. I have about 111 stocks. SLV. Yeah, see those gaps? It's just tough to trade those. Stuck in the upper Bollinger Band, so I would be really, really careful. That's silver. Yeah, this is ESL. Yeah, 424. It was at 4, so we'll see. I don't know. I may still do it. Let's go through some charts of what I'm watching this year, as opposed to, you know, trade these crazy ones. If you have any questions, please put them up. When I get up there, I'll take a look at it. What else is going on? All right, so let's take a look. We did the affirm. We finished with that. All right, so I'll go. I have 111. I'm not going to go through all 111, but I look at the ones that I'm interested in. So I don't want to deal with stocks that move 40 points in a week or two. I mean, if you're a very active trader, if you're on top of it, because I don't have other things I do, I don't have the time to be glued to the screen. If you're trading stocks that are moving up 20, 30 points in a week, you need to be on top. You can't just go, oh, yeah, just do it and go back. Now, if you own the shares, it's a different story. So these are the types of charts I want to deal with. This is Alcoa, believe it or not, right? So it's all good. 52-week highs. You just buy the pullbacks on these, and they work. This is Analog Devices. Just broke out yesterday. This is American Eagle Outfitters. I like these charts. I just want to deal with uptrends, and I want to catch the bulk of it. And then on pullbacks, these outperform. This is AirCap Holdings. Here's a firm. I mean, these are the types of patterns I want to deal with. I put on some silver stocks like First Majestic Silver and Hecla Mining, and they're all down today. Instead of shorting silver, I think I'm going to just short the miners. This is AAR Corp. There's the breakout. These are the types of things that I want to do. And on the pullback, I will be all over this thing, right? Because what happens is that they do make a 52-week high pullback to 20 EMA, 50 EMA, and they hold, unlike the other ones, the Oklos and Rigettis and all these high flyers, they don't even consider the 20, 50 EMA as support. So I'm like, okay, well, I want to, on a strong uptrend, those are respected. On the other ones, they're not, number one. Number two, this is pointing out the rotation. Okay, here was one that, look at this, right? Rally sharp, pulls back to 20 EMA and low volume, gets going again, new 52-week high. Albemarle, same thing. Look how it's respecting the 20 EMA. Since it was like under 100, it was 90. So my point in this is, if you're going to tell me that, well, what if this is the ultimate high? Well, if this is the ultimate high, then you're the unluckiest person on the planet, and then that's when the money management comes in, and you just get out, take a loss, get out. There's nothing more, nothing less to say, instead of hoping and praying. This is AMRZ nasty, nasty reversal day today, but it's okay, you know. We'll have to see. We will have to see. I'll go through a couple more. So there's one good example. This is Alto Neuroscience. Okay, you don't have to chase any of these. Stock pulled, rallied from about 13 to 21. Well, we know it's nosebleed. We know the mean reversal correction, or whatever you want to call it, is going to happen. Sure enough, it pulled back to 50 EMA yesterday at about 14 and a half. That should be the bottom. Well, maybe a couple more days of bottom. You'll just buy it, make yourself 4 or 5 points, and you get the heck out of Dodge. These are the types of things I want to deal with in 2026. I don't want to deal with, hymns and this or that because some joker on X likes it. Because I think all the people on X only know 10 stocks. Mag 10 and 10 more stocks, 20 stocks. There's 10,000 stocks out there, folks. Why do I want to deal with hymns? Like, I have no idea if this is going to go make a lower low, because people go like, well, this is low. How do you know? What if it goes to 20? If you could. Anything is possible. On uptrends, what happens is that when the market even sells off, those stocks just go stay unchanged. And then when the market turns green, they're the first one to go green. You're also, figuring out outperformance and underperformance. Like, this stock is underperforming. There's no ifs and buts about it. Yeah, they do rally here and there, but there's a clear downtrend. I don't want to deal with downtrend. I don't want to catch falling knives. Period. That's it. You guys want to catch falling knives? Knock yourselves out. Brunswick yesterday, massive breakout again. There you go. See, goes up, goes sideways, goes up. That's what we want to look at. You guys want to look at other stuff? And there's, full of stuff like this is going sideways. What's going to happen when this resolves? It's a $3 stock. It's going to break out. Here's one. There's one. Look at that. Sideways for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Boom, breakout. Follow it. Follow the lead. You don't need to be a genius, man. We had a good trade on Carnival Cruise, made about 50% on the Feb 30 options. It's going sideways. I will be on that again. Let's just kind of go sideways and break out again. And then in the same group, you have Royal Caribbean. Okay, you have Best of Breed is CCL at the moment, chart-wise, technically. The rest haven't made a 52-week high yet, but you still watch it. These are the things that I want to do. I don't want to deal with any fluff. Dollar Tree was another good trade that we did. There you go. Your 52-week high, pull back to 20 EMA. And it's not that simple. You're going to say, oh, is that your edge? First of all, there is no fucking edge. Nobody has an edge. If they say I have an edge, they're bullshitting you. So Estee Lauder, pulling back. Okay, we'll just wait patiently. That's why I have 100. Now I'm going to cap it about 120 stocks, so I have enough to look at and rotate, because you're also going to catch the rotation. Because if you look at your list, and you create a list on Thinkorswim, which I have, you look at that list every day. You have to do some work, about half hour. You look at some charts. You rotate these stocks. Once they start breaking down, you get out. You clean them up. You add the new ones. But you can also see rotation in what groups the money is going, right? Because this is not happening because Robinhood YOLOers are buying these, okay? This is all institutional money. And the power is behind you, okay? Copper stocks have been hot. Okay, now they're pulling back. Here's FCX. That's Freeport McMoran. This is ERO Copper. Okay, good. Made a 52-week high, pulling back. It pulls back a little bit more. It's a 26, 28 range, 20 EMA. You give it a first crack. If not, money manage, get out. Give it another crack at 50 EMA, which it will hold, as it has held for the last 4 months. Because trends don't end like overnight, folks. Trends continue. So trend is your friend. Now, this is the whipsaw I had. I took a loss and got out, and of course. I'm going to talk to my members today if I do a members live today. I need to adjust a couple of things when it goes to, trading these. That was the low, actually. There you go. Look at this thing. 52-week high at 179. Stock is 250. I'm not sure what else I need to say. Here's one that's been going sideways. I'm watching it like a hawk. Okay, GTX. It's called Garrett Motion. Sideways, sideways, sideways. What do you think the next move is going to be, folks? Yeah. Here's HII. These are the things you guys want to deal with. You don't want to deal with like, oh, somebody said something. It must be cheap. I'm like, cheap gets cheaper. I don't want to deal with it. Hey, man, it's your money. You can deal with it. I don't deal with it. Like people go, hood is cheap. Okay, well, how do you know hood is cheap? I mean, technically, it's basing. I can tell. I can see. Same thing with NVIDIA. It's going sideways. Okay, I see it. I'm not blind. There will be a time to look at it. I'm not just looking at that. I'm looking at a hybrid list. Like hood, yeah, SoFi. Everybody's in SoFi. What happened to SoFi yesterday? Smashed. Still going sideways. Okay. Wait. You don't have to be involved. Just wait. There's other things making you money. We also traded open, made some money there. We got out yesterday, thankfully, made about 30%. I'm interested in open, actually. I usually don't draw lines, as I said. I draw the channel there. That's a valid channel. If the channel breaks, this thing is going to melt up. Not a huge fan of the company, but it doesn't matter. Technicals are technicals. This is Lear Corp. There's a lot of stocks on this, 110 stocks. So, we just got to be patient. Lemonade, there's Lemonade. Uptrend, pull back to 50 MA, 10-point rally. Okay. You want to trade options? Trade options. You want to trade the stock? Trade the stock. What else? Micron. Holy shit, what a move in that one. I can't buy that, but we'll see. It's been in an uptrend. It's been making 52-week highs since freaking September. This is when it started. There you go. So, yeah, now it's nosebleed. No, I can't touch it. I mean, I will touch it on pullbacks, but not at the moment. Pass was another one we traded. I think I'm going to have to talk to my members about how to manage these properly because we want to stay in. Planet Labs is another one. Just continuing. PLABs, I'm just buying it now. I like it. I bought 25 calls. I'll probably buy up to 40 calls on that one. RRR. Yeah, see, 52-week high pulling back. Okay, pull back a little bit more. We'll buy it. SanDisk, what a move on that one. SanDisk was on the list. Did you guys see the move in SanDisk yesterday? Holy shit. And Western Digital, same thing. Just got to deal with that. And then people go like, oh, can you look at Tesla? I'm like, what about fucking Tesla? This was one that I missed buying. It's pulling back. Is it a double top? I don't know. But it's called Sensata Technologies. People go, Tesla, what about Tesla? Tesla's making lower lows, lower highs. It got up to 489, 490, and it kind of died. Okay, well, now it's under 20 EMA, 50 EMA. There's some support here. If it doesn't hold, it's going down to 400. Okay, we'll give it a shot there. It's 100 points. Taiwan Semi, right? 52-week high, all-time high. All this sideways action, breakout. So pull back to 311, 310 is a buy. Okay, well, let's just do that. If you believe in technicals anyway. There's United States antimony. That's coming off of a beautiful bottom. So there are a couple of stocks I'm watching, like Navitas is one. Soundhound is another one. I'm not, abandoning these. But what I want to do is I want to wait. I want to be super patient with these. I want to do it when the time is right, when they're pulling back to 200 EMAs and things like that, as opposed to just do it because X is crazy about it. X has been crazy about Oscar. What about Oscar? Why would I deal with it? Right? Or instead of being Oscar, why don't you be in Cardinal Health? Look at the difference in charts. They're both do healthcare. I mean, I'm just telling you, folks. You guys can do whatever the heck you want to do with your money. I'm not giving any advice here. But sanity, you know what I'm saying? Because I swing trade, and other, if the stock is going to move to 10 to 20, I miss it by 12. I miss it selling it at 20. I have 6, 7 points in between. That's all I need. I don't need more. I don't need more. Zura is rallying today. That pulled back to support. Yep, sure did. Pull back to support yesterday at 4.5 on EMA. And again, I'm not trying to simplify things. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to simplify my trading and simplify my life. And because I don't want to be glued to the screen. You guys want to be glued to the screen? You guys want to get the adrenaline rush? No problem. It's your money. You're entitled to do whatever you want with your money. I'm not going to do it. And I'm going to definitely recommend my members don't do it. Because the other side of the coin ain't funny. It's ugly. It's ugly. Anyway, so we'll go to the front, answer some questions. And then we say goodbye, go have a cup of coffee, and finish our day. No questions. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, gave you guys enough ammunition. All right, so Friday is a big day. I'll be back on Friday with Power Hour, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Please go subscribe to my free newsletter. It's on www. In fact, here's the website. You would have gotten a beautiful newsletter yesterday. I just want to make sure I'm printing it correctly. Let's see if I printed that correctly. Yeah. I did. So that's the website. There's a free newsletter attached to it. No obligation, nothing. All you do is put the email. You get it every Monday at noon Pacific. You'll learn quite a bit. It's a quiet day all around. Yeah, it's a quiet day. Not much is going on. Adjust some positions. When it's quiet, the best thing is to sit on your hands. You don't need to trade every day. You just need the adrenaline rush. You don't need to be junky. People go like, I have to do something. I mean, you don't have to do shit. Just sit on your hands. The best trades are probably the ones you're not making. So if you don't trade, it's okay. It's really okay. So remember the 3 Ps: patience, position size, planning. This gives me all, right? Okay, so I have the patience to wait for the other ones, the crazy ones, the 4 or 5 beta ones to do what they do. It's not that I'm not watching it. I'm watching it. But then this group of stocks that are making 52-week highs, buy on pullbacks is a better trade, better setup than guessing that something is going to stop. So I'm not a huge fan of buy low, sell high because I don't know where low is. If you know, you're better than me. I don't. There's no such thing as buy low. A stock can go down 50% infinitely, and not hit zero. Do the math, because a lot of people don't figure this shit out. Oh, stock goes down 50% twice is zero. No, it's not. It will never hit zero. It'll be a decimal point, but it will never hit zero. So figure out the math, folks. Math is not that hard. And for me, this is a less stressful way of trading. Swing trading, hold it day, hold it week, hold it a month, whatever. But trend is your friend. Go with the trend. Because on the other ones, yeah, they're moving a lot. There's opportunity, but I'm not stuck glued at the screen to be able to do it. I don't want to pay any attention to too much fundamentals this year. Just want to move. Where the market's moving is where I'm going. The market's showing me I'm at a fork. It's showing me right. I'm going right. I'm not going to question it. That's all I'm going to do this year, because I don't need the stress. Like last year, I tried to figure it out and stressed this and that, and nothing. It's like running the football in American football in a big cloud of dust, and you want 2 yards. I'm like, no, Too much effort for 2 yards. But again, all of you are different. Some day trade, some do whatever, whatever. I'm like, no power to you. Do whatever you need to do. That turns your, float your boat. For me, I'm set for this year. This is what's going to happen the rest of the year. And hopefully the results will be better than last year. That's all I'm going to do. So subscribe to the website. To the newsletter at the website. It's free, folks. I just nothing, no charge, no, what do you call it? Discord, none of that bullshit. Although, if you do want to become a member, please click join. Send me an email, Sergio@sergioavadian.com. None of it. What I do is risky. None of it's trading financial advice. If you're going to come to the Telegram chat group, don't expect miracles. I'll post what I'm doing. It's up to you to do it or not to do it. We're all big boys. We'll all make our beds and sleep in it. So, but you will learn a lot. Okay, you will leave with a full toolbox. So yeah, that's where we are. I'll be back on Friday, Power Hour. And on Friday, I think it's 7 a.m. that the Supreme Court may be coming out with some sort of announcement or decision. I don't know. I don't think it's the final decision. Although it's the Supreme Court, I don't think we can go any higher. This will definitely add volatility to the markets for the fact that, tariffs, right? If they say it's unconstitutional or illegal or whatever, we will sell off. We have no question about it. Although market's behaving like it's not caring at the moment, but then at some point it may. So with that said, hats off. Have a great Wednesday. I will see you guys. I will see the members hopefully today at 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. for the members live. Stay tuned, members. I'll post it, and then you guys will get it. And if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, you want to support the channel, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give it a thumbs up. It's free as well. So with that said, adios.